Are we good? Okay, sorry guys. Sorry there has to be a part 2 because my camera's kind of jank. Anyways, I'll get right to it. So the third thing now I want for us to do is graph this. Now we have pretty much all we really need to graph. We know that this is a positive value for the a value is not negative. We know our vertex is 3, 0, and we know that it's a double root. So this is 9, 3. Here we go, here's a coordinate. Bam, there we go. Now it's graphed. Simple as that. All you really got to do. Now, moving on to the second problem, I'm going to take a graph that we have. Okay, so we're given this graph, and we have some points and coordinates, and the first thing we want to do is write the function in vertex form. Now we see that our vertex lines up to -1, 4, so we say y equals a x minus h squared plus k. We fill in those values of h and k. So in this case, it's x minus -1 plus 4. And now what we have to do is solve for a. So how do we do that? Well, all we have to do is plug in this point. We see we have a point right here, that point being 0, +2. So we substitute this bad boy right in, 0 and +2, and we're left with a 1 squared plus 4, a equals 2. So this is basically 1. So a plus 4 equals 2. We subtract 4 from each side, and we get -2 equals a. Now this makes sense because we see that it's a concave down parabola. So then we rewrite it as y equals -2 x minus +1 squared plus 4. And that would be our vertex form of that. The second question would be, what is it now in standard form? So now that we have this equation, y equals -2 x plus 1 squared plus 4, what we do is you distribute, right? Nope, psych. We have to factor. You see that this is what we have, right? So now we just have to distribute. So we have x plus 1, x plus 1, x times 1. So now we have x squared plus x plus x plus 1. But now we remember we have this 2, so we have to distribute the 2. And now we have 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. And this is what our standard form version of that function would be. Perfect. Those were the 2 examples. And now I'm going to write up on the board the problems I'm going to assign to you guys. So the first one is, given this graph right here, where we have an intersecting point of 0, 4, and intersecting points of 2 and 1 for the x. I want you guys to, number 1, find the line of symmetry. Number 2, I want you to find the x-intercepts. And number 3, I want you to find the equation in factored form. Simple enough. So take your time and do that. Pause the video if you need to. Great. Hopefully you unpaused it and you're finished now. The answers to those will be where is it at? Okay, so the answer to number 1, the line of symmetry, would be x equals 1/2. The answer number 2, the x-intercepts, those you would find from first you would have to get it into factored form. So the factored form would be y equals 2, x minus 1, x minus 2, and then from there you can find your x's and our x's, and then from the graph you could find it where 1, 0, and 2, 0. Perfect. Secondly, considering the quadratic equation 2x squared plus 6x minus 3, I want you to find the axis of symmetry, find the coordinates of the vertex, and find the function in vertex form. And those will be, well, I don't have those. Please don't mark me down. Please disregard that. Thank you very much. That was Quadratics with Elijah Wall. Take care.